Hey guys, it's Paige, and today I'm going to be talking about something that is much more serious than what I usually talk about, and it's going to be really hard for me to talk about this, so I just ask that you guys respect me and what I'm about to say, and if you know me, like in real life and stuff, the only thing I ask is please don't bring this up to me like in person. I don't know why. I just really don't like when people do that. I think it's really awkward. I don't really know how to react to it. So that being said, today I'm going to be talking about something more serious, and Connor Manning, one of my friends here on YouTube, Acon Man, I'm going to link his video in the bottom bar, but he literally like just posted a video talking about you know, dealing with depression and things like that, and it was a response to someone's response to Zoella's video, and I've been wanting to do a video like this for a really long time, and I just never really thought the time was right, and now I feel like the time is right, so I'm gonna talk to you guys about it. This is gonna be really hard for me to talk about because only 2 people in the world know about this about me, and now I'm sharing it with everyone on the internet, so it's a little bit frightening for me, and almost no one knows about it. So I have cut myself in the past, and it's not something I talk about ever. The people that know are my dad and my therapist, and I don't talk to them about it that often either. I don't cut anymore, and I was just going through a really hard time in my life, and I know I'm way smarter than that, and I know that there's so many things you can do to avoid cutting, but, you know, in the moment, it didn't matter how many times I told myself that, it didn't seem so, and it honestly, it felt like the only escape, and I used to think that people who cut were just, not dumb, but I didn't understand it. And one time, I was just at the low of my low, and I was like, oh, well, I mean, other people do this, so maybe that'll help me. And it did. Unfortunately, it did. And it's honestly horrible. Like, it really is. And I'm really happy that I've stopped doing that. And if any of you guys are cutting, please stop. And there are so many different ways that you can deal with it without resorting to cutting. And I know you've heard this a million times, but what works for me a lot is music. And music is like the one and only output I have to kind of stop from doing that. And if I didn't have music, I don't know where I would be. But honestly, music helps me so much. The reasons why I cut were I am clinically depressed, and it may not seem so in my videos because I'm usually in a good mood when I'm filming, but you know, I've had some pretty big things in my life, and even though I am very fortunate in many ways, it doesn't mean that I haven't had severe like life things. For instance, I don't live with my mom anymore. One of my best friends died last fall. My parents got divorced and I was like at a really young age. Just things like that. And, you know, people might say like, oh, like this girl's perfect. Why, you know, it's stupid that she cuts. Or you might not understand like the extent of something, you know? And you'll be like, oh, well, that's dumb because they have everything they want. Why would they can never be sad? There is always something under the surface. I don't care what it is, but people don't just cut to cut, and people don't try to commit suicide just to get attention. There are serious things that go behind that, and anyone who says differently is a moron. I'm sorry, but there's always something. No one would put themselves through that harm just to get attention, and it's just really sad to me. I still obviously get it, but it's definitely a lot more controlled than it used to be. It used to be very up and down. Like Connor said, like just a roller coaster of emotion, literally, because I would be super happy at one moment, and then someone would say something that just kind of set me off, and I would just go crashing down, and my night would just be ruined. Everything else that I did was ruined, and I could not stop thinking about whatever that person said, and it was hard on me, both physically and mentally. And so basically what my medication does now is, instead of it going up and down, it just kind of like levels out my emotions. It doesn't mean I don't have emotion, it's just not as rapid as it would normally be. And exactly like Connor took the words out of my mouth when he said this. It felt like in Fight Club when he said everything's a copy of a copy, and how he's just like kind of like looking through at people from a different way. That is exactly how I feel. And I have insomnia, so it's pretty much spot on. And like also like Connor said, it's like I feel like I'm on an island, and that people like I'm surrounded by a bubble, and it's really weird. It's very hard to explain. I honestly just think like the lowest of myself, and I know this sounds really silly, but I'll be on Tumblr usually, and I'll see like cute couples or something like that, and it will set me off, and I go into this, well, why don't I have a boyfriend? I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm fat, that girl's skinnier than me, that girl's prettier than me, why don't I look like that? And it just completely messes up my mind, and it corrupts me, and it's really hard to deal with. You know, I've never really had the best of luck with friends, you know. I have still to this day not established a group of friends that I feel completely comfortable around and don't worry about their intent of being friends with me. I've been growing up with that for my entire life, and it's really hard. And I feel like whenever I get a good group of friends going, something happens and I miss the mark somewhere, and all of a sudden I feel like everyone just hates me. It could be anything, but it's a clear, like, Paige is not going to be included in this anymore. And it literally shatters me. Like, it hurts me from the core, and I feel it almost every minute of every day. And it's so hard for me. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional. I don't want to get emotional, but I'm not saying I don't have friends that are there for me, because I definitely do. It's hard knowing that people that you thought you were so good friends with and that you were going to be friends with for life just will leave you in like a second and won't give you a reason why. And it's happened to me so many times. I can't even tell you guys how many times it's happened, because I don't even know. But this is where you guys come in, and this is where we help each other, because if you guys don't know, I love interacting with my viewers. That is what keeps me going, and your guys' support literally means the world to me. I really don't know where I would be without you guys. I really want to turn this over so that we can find a solution. We're going to find a solution for your guys' problems, and we're going to find a solution for my problems. And the way I want to do this is the 3 T's, okay? Twitter, Tumblr, and trust. And on Twitter, you guys can reply me whenever you guys want. If you guys don't have a Twitter, you guys can ask me questions on Tumblr, and you can ask them anonymously too. And you don't have to have a Tumblr to ask anonymous questions. So I'm going to leave that linked in the bottom bar for you guys to contact me with. If it is something honestly very urgent and you really, really want to talk to me, you can personally message me on my YouTube channel. And the T for trust is that we're going to trust each other, and we're not going to tell people about what, you know, we say on the internet to each other and things that have happened to us. And I really hope you guys respect that part. I really want to get a conversation going in the comments also. If you guys have anything, please leave it in the comments. I'm going to reply to like literally probably all of my comments in this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.